Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sip and Chat. You hear taps being played. The green room was lit up, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Let us know where you are joining us from and what you are sipping on tonight. We will start with Darrell.
I'm
how
back.
was your
I'm
week?
back.
I'm still stuck.
The week was a regular week. Weather wasn't too good. Yeah,
Was it
regular week.
It was not regular because you weren't here last week, so you
Regular.
have 2 weeks worth.
Well, I had the daddy-daughter dance, so we had to go turn up for that. Me and my baby.
No.
So that was cool. That was always fun. It's always fun being a cool dad. I made a lot of friends. A lot of guys want to come over and get dance lessons now. It's crazy.
What about the moms?
Ooh, good question.
Daddy-daughter dance?
Hey, I know moms that show up for those things.
We don't let them in. We don't let them in.
Some of the moms might have had to drop off the daddy and the daughter.
Right.
Very
Keep
true.
it moving.
Mhm.
Keep it moving. We know what you're here for. Keep it moving.
I love it.
Yes. Neil, how was your past 2 weeks?
Good. Nothing. I'm trying to think out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary. Good 2 weeks. Fast 2 weeks. Just as Darrell says, they go so fast.
Right.
They just zoom. You felt like 1 week.
Right.
But good stuff. Usual stuff. Little workout, little grandma, little hubby, little this, little that. But a great week. 2 weeks. How about you, Doc?
Same. Pretty okay. 2 weeks. Pretty okay.
Okay.
Nothing out of the usual that I want to talk about. But
I like that disclaimer.
Yeah, overall a good week. Darrell, what you sipping on?
I have some peppermint tea again. That's been my choice for the last couple of weeks. Peppermint tea.
Peppermint tea. Sounds good. We know what I'm sipping on.
Yes, energy. Yes. And I'm sipping on my water, but I have some lemon and ginger in here tonight.
Ooh, sounds good.
Yeah, I don't have any more cucumber. Was making it earlier with lemon, ginger, cucumber, out of cucumber. So just lemon and ginger is still good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Just lemon in mine. I should do ginger.
Yeah, get some of the inflammation out the body.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's good for that.
Yes.
A lot of rain today too. Ugh.
Yes, and I think it's supposed to continue on until tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe the next 2 days.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Let's get into this topic.
Let's do that. Let's do that. So tonight's topic is: are women chasing men away? And we're gonna have Darrell lead this discussion because
he looks like a portfolio there.
Passionate about this.
And it wasn't a question.
It wasn't supposed to be a question?
It's not a question.
Okay. All right, let's take the question mark out.
Not a question.
It's a statement, right?
Statement.
It is. But we'll just preface this by saying we're just talking about women tonight, and next week hopefully maybe we'll talk about men. So the women were like, what about? Okay, I get your what about. We're just talking about you tonight. You women.
Okay, Doc. We ready?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Well, we can start. Like, how many men have y'all ran away?
What?
Not y'all and y'all, but some of y'all know. Like,
okay.
Better.
I don't think I've ran anyone away.
No.
Oh boy, accountability is something. That's one of the things we have here.
I'd agree with that, Doc. I haven't run any.
I don't think I ran anyone away.
Hey, fellas, pay attention. It was all us. Okay. All right. There
I
we go.
might
That
have
was
had
one.
to run. I might have had to run away from some folk, but
I agree. Let's change it around a little
yes,
bit. But we did
yes.
not run anybody away.
So they're just turning, and it turns into the track team all the time with them. Very interesting.
Okay. Yes,
Fellas,
I'm
listen.
sure. I am sure. Facebook user. I am sure.
Oh, somebody got receipts. It sounds like somebody has some receipts.
Reveal yourself. Reveal
They
yourself.
better shred them. They better shred them. They got
Woo, honey.
So, something about this wide world web, the information is at the fingertips. So, but again, it's I think dating overall, from what I keep looking at and reading, is kind of very, very it's very, very casual. I don't think I think a big thing that women are actually putting dating off for careers and things of that nature now, which is something that's inhibiting dating. They're kind of like, I'm not really worried about dating. I'm more worried about my career. So,
marriage or dating or marriage? You think?
You got to date before you get married. So
because I'm thinking some people are dating, but
but it's very casual.
You would say yes, very casual.
That's what I said. It's casual
casual
dating, right?
without intention, right?
It's not really intention.
With intention,
or very loose, or the intentions are to get married, but there's really nothing there outside of like people want to get married. Put it that way. We want to get married. I'm just going to, play with this person. If they're around when I'm ready, then cool. If they're not around, cool. Right. And so that's what a lot of that's going on. So much playing going on. I think both sides are like, we don't want to play. Right. So,
hey, Trey from the ATL. Yes. Now that's the person with all the receipts.
There you go. So are women running people away? I think so. I think we'll talk about we'll start with what women are looking for. Okay. So what are women looking for? What do you guys think?
The perfect guy.
Okay, right.
Perfect guy for them.
Right. Thank you, Neil.
Yeah.
Thank you, Neil.
You're welcome.
Everybody's looking for that perfect guy who is 6 feet, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the top 10% of men, like 6 feet, like or 10% of men, are 6 feet and over. So everybody's looking for him.
Feet, yeah.
All women, and this is all races, colors, creeds are looking for the tall, dark, handsome, 6-figure earner.
Wow.
That's what your top. That's what you're waiting for. So I think that that can turn some people off, because if you're 5'7", like, I don't really got a shot.
It's
yeah, you already kind of count yourself out, because remember a lot of I can't remember the stats. I think it was like half the dates are made on social media these days, dating app or Facebook, Instagram, something like that, which means we're dating in 2 dimensions. Right? You're dating on a picture you see, and then you're reading the stats and bios and things of that nature, and you have to make it be through that stage. So if what they see or what they read isn't right, because they may see something that may look right, but then they may read you work at you're making $50,000 a year, and then that disqualifies you for a lot of things. Right? So Cardi B said it. Broke boys don't deserve no, right? So
I know that's right.
Listen, see that?
Scrubs. It's funny you said the height thing, Darrell, because I was looking online this week, and there was a guy, all facts, that had leg extensions done because you see that because of the dating pool with the height thing.
Right. Right.
And it was 200,000 later, and it took him from 5'5" to 5'10". He didn't even get 6 feet out of it, poor thing. But again, he said that was to have a chance with the dating pool.
Yeah.
I saw that and thought it was one of those. One of those fake things.
It wasn't.
Yeah, and I googled it and saw, there's actually a hospital in Philly that does that surgery.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
it isn't real.
That blew my mind. That blew my mind.
Mine too. So the fact that someone would go through something so painful for cosmetic. I mean, it's really cosmetic. It's not something that you need to do.
Wait a minute. Did you just say people going through cosmetic surgery that's painful?
Okay.
All right. Women do it all the time.
Equivalent to those things.
Women are doing it to the point where they're putting their life at risk.
That's true.
Yeah. They're dying on an airplane coming back, right? To get these bodies done. So this is where it is, and I hate to say that men are trying to now
keep up,
do these things but this is what is almost needed. Well, so one stat I read, they said 65% of men feel there are no relationships out there. 65% of men feel that there are no women to get in a relationship out there.
I can believe that because I know a few.
Right.
Just in my little circle of working and people I know socially.
Right.
A lot of young men think that way.
Right. It's because these women, this day and age with everybody's a guru, everybody has the answers and they're telling you what to do and people are feeding into it. And a lot of this knowledge is coming from where? But people feed into it, and now women are thinking a certain way, or it's been made to be okay to think this way. And then men are like, well, if I don't meet these criteria from the rip, then why should I try? I only make $50,000, $30,000,
right.
$30,000 a year. You already know and with that being said, so a lot of men are, like I said, they're hanging out with their boys more. They're going trips with boys and playing. They're just hanging out. They're like, man, we don't got time for this. We don't want to keep going on these. We don't want to keep going on dates, paying for these dates, and then the woman finding out that I work, at CVS, and now it's over. I can get her a discount on cards for Mother's Day or something, but there are some benefits. But so that
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Doc.
I was gonna say, what about the whole idea of dating within your realm?
Well, this is the problem. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, if you work at CVS, why wouldn't you date somebody else in that same arena? Maybe somebody else that works at CVS,
right. Hey,
somebody
fellas,
that
pay
works
attention.
at whatever.
Pay attention, fellas. This is part of the delusion that we're getting to next. See, this is the delusion.
Right. I'm not saying that that's where you belong. I don't want anybody.
No. That's not where I'm going with it.
Saying no, that's what I'm making it.
He's making it clear.
Yes, I'm making it clear. I'm not saying that if you work at CVS, you only deserve to have someone that works where you are. But I'm just putting that out there as an option. Even for women, if you work at CVS, and I know Darrell is going to say this, why would you think you're going to date somebody who runs a Fortune 500 company?
See, this is the problem. This is where we get into it. The delusion, right? So because women are very delusional these days. Now, Doc, what you said isn't wrong. Like we should date in our circles, right? We should date in if you happen to get some date up, that's fine. But we should get used to dating in our circle. But the problem is that man may want to date that woman that works at CVS with him, but like you said, in her mind, she's gonna get Jay-Z, right? She feels that because with the social media and everybody in her inbox, there's men that just be flooding women's inbox. Every woman's inbox is flooded. Oh, hit the button. I don't know. I was like, who's talking? It was me.
Right here.
That was me talking. I was talking to me. I like listening to me. But with social media and everybody in these women inbox, what happens is they start to feel like everybody wants them, right? You start to feel like you have so many options because all these dudes is flooding your inbox. Hey, baby, good morning. Hey, sunshine. And you like, God, there's so many dudes. So you feel like you have so many options. So you feel like you can keep, you had all them options. So you ain't going to mess with the dude that's working with CBS with you. You're going to try to date up.
You rather have the delusion of the guy who's in your inbox, who's not probably even real, or everything he has on his page is a lie, instead of having something that's real. Right here.
Well, but it may not be a lie, right? But this is the problem, because what happens is women need to start making the distinction between being chose and a choice for the night, right? So these dudes may have all this stuff and they may choose you for the night. They may take you down, but that's all it will be, right? There's nothing else coming from that. You know what I mean?
But if it's real, then people are going to take the chance.
Well,
you know.
Well, again,
they may.
So don't be. So think about it. So you got to stop being delusional, right? Why would this person want you? That's the question you need to ask.
Why not?
Why they not keep you? Because they're not.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? Because the truth. The truth is that you've been ran down on again. How many times you gonna be a choice and then for the night? How many times you gonna keep getting chose by these men and they're not keeping you? At a certain point, we gotta take accountability.
If they're not keeping you, is that the woman's fault for running them away, or is that their delusion of what they want from her?
Well, think about it. It's their fault because you keep making these choices that are outside of you, you're reaching too high. You're trying. Listen, if it keeps happening to you, obviously you're doing something wrong. So if you want to keep getting punched in the face, by all means, keep getting punched in the face. But at a certain point, you got to be like, look, let me stop because these people are using me. Let me be smart. Again, if you get played once, no problem. But if you continue to get played, that's a problem. It's like, think about some of these women who get in these basketball circles and they're passed around like a joint. At a certain point,
Jesus,
you're just getting passed around from player to player to player to player to player to player.
Well, that's the woman's fault. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At a certain point,
because
I'm not saying the first time.
I don't think that anyone should think that if somebody says go at her, homie, or you can have her, and they are passing you around without you stopping it, I don't think that you should even think that one of these people might choose you for long term.
But they do. They do. Now, I'm not saying like if you meet someone the first time and something cool, but if you continue, if it continues to happen, so you got to make a choice. Like, well, maybe this is where I shouldn't be at. I'm out here with these sharks and they continue to eat me.
No pun intended.
Literally.
No pun intended.
they continue to do this to me.
Do you think that some of that is maybe what they see? They might say, oh, well, these women in these circles of the rappers and singers that are getting passed around, every now and then somebody might wife them up, or at least stay with them for a while where they're on red carpets together, claiming her as their girl.
I think they hold out hope. I think you're right.
Well, listen, this is the problem. If you continue to look for Christmas future and what everybody's doing and nobody, right? Because what you're saying is I'm going to use my body to try to get this position. Right? I'm going to try to get this position again. And the only thing I got to give is this. Right? And I'm really trying to sacrifice. I want to go on these trips. I want to do these things and hoping that I'm going to get this man. But what you're doing is, if you're in that circle and it keeps happening, well, who's going to want to keep you after everybody knows you've been passed around like that?
Yeah.
Right. Once I know now your numbers is in, your numbers is more. You got Wilt Chamberlain numbers. I don't know if I want to wife you at that point. So if you keep putting mileage on yourself, and I guess it would be, how are you doing it? So if you were going in and then you were like, well, look, I ain't doing that, we can hang out. Maybe that's a little different. But if all these dudes are actually being intimate with you, there's an issue. There's a problem. Right? There's I don't know how you continue
And I think
to make
Neil,
that mistake over and over again.
I think what Neil said is true, that they be holding out hope.
They do. Some do. I'll say some.
It's called delusion. It's delusion.
Yeah, eventually it gets to delusion. But I think before delusion, they're hopeful, like Doc said. Like, okay, the first 2 or 3, it didn't work, but
2 or 3? Delusion. Good job. There you go.
You know what I mean. So, but maybe eventually, eventually one will stick. I know people like that. Just like Doc said before, I know people that are still holding out for that hope, if you will.
Well, that's what I mean. But that's the problem. That hope is delusional as well. You act like you're going to hit the lottery, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really happen that much, right? So you're holding out hope instead of building with someone. There's probably a guy that likes you right now, that's nice, that makes a decent salary, maybe 40, 50,000.
I agree with that.
That would want to build with you. But see, you're dissing him for the hope.
I agree with that.
You're dissing him for the hope. And now he gets married because he found someone that he whatever. And now it's 10 years, you're still doing the same thing. Now you put 10 years on you. You're not even a new model anymore, right? You're an old model. Now who wants you?
Damn.
Who wants you?
Damn.
Old model.
Old model.
Who wants you? Right? So now you put yourself in a position you took yourself off the board in hopes of getting someone else. You lost your prime year sometime. Say if that 25 to 35, 25 to 35. You done wasted 10 years doing this nonsense. Now you're 35, danger zone for children.
Yeah. This
right?
one's 58 that I know.
Again, but she started at 25.
No, she did.
That's what I'm saying.
She did.
Right. She's been this way. So now the issue now, but the real problem with her is she conditioned to not be in a relationship? She says she's looking, but is she really looking? Because she's still doing the same things over and over again. So it's like I say it, but I'm conditioned to do what I do.
I wonder about it too. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. That piece you're right about.
At a certain point, like I said, I'm gonna stop falling in this hole. But if you're still falling in this hole, that's all you know. You say the right thing because we say, "Oh, I want to get married one day. Oh, I want to have kids one day. Oh, I want to have a cat." You say these things because this is what we're supposed to say. That's what we were raised to say since we were young.
Yeah.
But your actions aren't showing me that that's what you want because you're not doing things to get that. You're actually chasing the check. You want someone to take care of you, right? You want someone to take care of you. That's what you're doing. And you're usually going to, you're usually going to end up, you're going to die alone. That's what you're going to do. You're going to die alone.
So is that...
Die alone.
Is that
we get it.
Yes. Is that something that actually chases men away and make them not want to date you when they know that you're the pass around?
It's not that, Doc. It's before that. It's that I'm chasing you and you're dissing me for the 10% of men that everybody wants.
No. I'm talking about if they're in the circle of the 10%. If they're wait. In the circle of the 10%.
Stop. If I'm in a circle of the 10%, which means I have access to all, because all want this. Why am I gonna get the girl who's been with with everybody? Right? Why am I gonna get the girl that I know has been with 2 other people?
What makes a man do that, Darrell? Because we see it. We see it in the celebrity world. What makes the man pick the pass around?
That's true.
The one that you know that's been on the red carpets with 10 of your boys.
Well, you got to remember, there's some beta males with money. All right. Don't think that every man with money is that dude, right? If you're corny and say you get in the league and you're great at basketball, you're still corny at life. So you may take, she may still be to you incredible. That's where, to you, she's still like, oh, she bad. In your mind, like I could never get anything else when you might be able to. But if you don't have game, you can't talk to women, which most men can't.
Most, thank you.
Right? Most can't. So we Most men use what you got to get what you want because we know women want what we got, which is the problem, right? Prostitution. So we know that if we have a nice car, flashy clothes, watches, jewelry, things of that, women are on us, right? And that's what attracts women. Women like the shiny
but
things.
If you corny, but if you corny and the pass around John wants you, you might stick with it.
They might. But just think about it. Women do it all the time. You see women with the ugly, obese, white dude that's 90 years old and she's 20. But he's a billionaire. We see what's going on here.
But that's a certain caliber of women, Darrell. Let's
No, it's not.
be specific. Yes, it is. Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
not.
Yes, it is. Because there's another caliber of women. I can't get my words out with him. There's another caliber of women that they don't care if you're 6 feet tall. They don't care if you're 6 figure. They want the internal stuff too. Women want that too. Where is that part?
I dated a lot of broke boys. So
where they at? Where they at?
What's that, Doc?
I dated a lot of broke boys.
Me too, Doc.
It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with what I like. If I like you, if I thought you were attractive and I thought you were nice food,
thank you.
I date you.
That is a different caliber of women that I know still exist.
Okay, so Doc played with a couple boys that were broke, but she didn't stay with them.
Your boy toy, her boy.
So at a certain time, see, and this other thing too. See, again, women are, especially black women, most educated. Making money most time out making men, out earning men. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. So you can play with these little boys sometimes. You can play with that broke boy for a little bit. Again, sometimes you're wasting your prime years playing with, hey, he's cute. You know what I mean? He got a big, he know how to I don't need him for nothing else because I'm an independent woman. I pay my bills. All I need is somebody to come over and dust this thing off. Same thing. Right? We're not keeping them, right? We're playing with them.
Yeah, we are keeping them. Some of us are keeping them.
That's you at 5. That's different. That's you are a rarity.
5? I told you I was 8.
Yeah, 8. But Ruth, that's really an outlier. You're an outlier.
But I can't believe there still doesn't exist that caliber. I still think it's out there, and I think there's an assumption that it's not.
One out of every 6 women in their life will never get married. 1 out of 6 will never get married.
I think some of that is by choice, though, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, what about the
okay, so Doc, let's think about it. You can't get married, so you're going to say it's by choice. Who's choosing to be alone? Now there are some rare.
Be alone.
Women don't want to get married.
Yeah, I did.
So they just want to be jump offs. They want to be jump offs. That's
no.
What you want to do? Okay, that goes against a woman's nature.
They don't want to be jump offs.
I don't believe that. Get married wasn't my goal. It wasn't ever a goal for me. It wasn't a goal.
Doc, are you married? Are you married, Doc?
He said it wasn't a goal.
Hey, listen, we can say whatever we want to say.
And I didn't get married till I was 38 because it wasn't something I wanted to do.
Okay. There you go.
It just wasn't. Yeah, I was 38.
One right there.
Somebody forced you to do it, huh? Headlock.
Yes. Gunpoint.
No, Darrell, that goes to our point that she found the right one. That
no. It goes for, no. We're going to dissect what happened. I don't like using the panel, but she was playing with boys. She found a man and settled down. So when the man came in, he put it. He did the man thing, and she was like, "Ooh,
Darrell,
I can follow him."
He could have been one of those boys, as you put it.
No, she wouldn't settle down with the boy. You see what she with the boy.
Yes, you do. I settled down with the boy.
You guys were both young, so you were a girl.
So it's based on age. Let's get it straight. Then it's based on
no, not age. Just that you guys were young and you grew together. But that's different when you wasted 10 years, 25 to 35. Now you're looking for someone, and what I want may be someone with lower mileage or not as many kids, or not. Maybe I want you. Maybe men want the woman not to be so worried about work as much. Maybe you want her to be home. Whatever they want. I don't know. Whatever they want may be different. But again, now you have two people who both are, earning money. Like I said, sometimes the woman, this other thing, a lot of women feel like money dictates submission. Right? I can't submit to a man who makes less than me. I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm supposed to come home and cook and clean for you, Brokey. Doesn't work that way. So,
that's terrible.
But that goes to the mentality that when they say provide, that means the man is supposed to pay all the bills. I'm not sure what she's supposed to do at all. I'm still been waiting to find out what they're supposed to do. Haven't found it yet. You know what I mean? Haven't found. From the beginning of the relationship, the man is, buying the food, opening the doors, he got to make the dates. He got to pick you up. He got to put you down. He got to do all that stuff. I still don't know what y'all supposed to do. I haven't got an answer yet. I haven't got an answer.
Well, she's going to join in and help out with that stuff soon, but he has to start out.
Why?
Because.
Wait a minute. You want his last name. Pretty sure he ain't trying to get your last name. So who's auditioning here?
Nobody's auditioning.
Well, why I got to pay so much money to go out?
You don't. I told you this last time.
You don't. It depends
with me.
That's right. It depends.
Let's
it
go
depends on what you're dating. Maybe you're dating too high. Maybe you are reaching too high.
Bring it down. Bring it down.
You see the delusions. You see the psychologist trying to use psychology. You see the psychologist trying to use psychology. No.
Darrell.
Women of all women are delusional. I don't care what level they're on. And Samuel, if you watch Kevin Samuels, he really showcased this where women will call in and they say they want this man and they all say they're 10. Every woman's a 10. I don't care how much she can make $20 a week. She's a 10. She could be 400 pounds. She's a 10. Right? Women are delusional.
Why can't she be?
She could not be.
Why?
She can't.
Whoa. She might not be a 10 to somebody, but she might be a 12 to somebody else.
Yeah, okay. So she might be a 12 to one person. Okay, so we're going to go with that. All right? So that's why she's delusional. Because the one person she's a 12 with, and she don't want the one person she's a 12 with anyway. That's the problem. So the guy who thinks she's a 12, she don't want him. She wants the guy who really is a 12.
Wow.
This is the problem. This is the delusion. Exactly. So if people would date, and this is both sides, you would date, it's okay to date where you are. It's okay. Everybody can have the top levels or whatever you want to call it, how you want to word it. Everybody can't have Beyonce. You can't. You can't. You're just not going to do it. So it's okay to date the girl.
That's the perfect, when people bring her up, like that's the perfect example.
Yeah, of the woman.
Most men will think she's a 10. Jay-Z, like, yeah, okay, she a 5 in my world.
Right.
Or whatever.
No, wait. No, stop. She was a 10 to Jay-Z in the beginning, but now they're them regular old crackers. Okay.
So wait, when does it become regular old crackers? When does it become the regular old crackers? I got to say it like you. When?
Ruth.
What?
I'll let you know you're regular old cracker.
I'm not regular. I'm not. I'm rich, baby. I'm rich. Okay. I am not fucking. Excuse me.
Remember,
Darrell.
after
No, again, now that's delusional.
The first 6 months, we're all delusional things that you're still we change.
I'm a rich cracker.
Listen, that's yeah, okay. None of us at a certain point. I think you're only a rich cracker, and this is anybody in the beginning. That's it. After that, you have to you got to, again, once the love dopamine wears off, which helps the relationship. Yes. Once that wears off, it's different. The sex is not the same anymore.
It doesn't have to be the same.
So now you got to find a new normal.
It doesn't have to be the same, but it still can be interesting. It still can be fire.
It's still, listen, it's saltines with extra salt. Okay? They're not rich anymore. They're not rich. It ain't rich. Remember, in the beginning, you used to you want them Ritz every day. You take saltines maybe once, twice a week now. It's okay.
Let me tell you
Sometimes,
something about that every
not
day.
even a week.
Let me tell you something about that. If you are with the right person, right, and you go through that timeline, y'all gonna both settle it down in old age together around the same time.
Because they're saltines.
No. At that point, both people are okay with where the cracker is what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna say something. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh, good. I needed an interruption there, Doc.
A mess.
Oh my gosh, the cracker. The analogy. I can't. Ooh, because like you said, Doc, Jay-Z could consider, Beyonce differently at this point, but they're still together and in love and making it work. I don't know about that timeline.
Okay, here we go. Yes, it's a timeline. So guess what?
What?
I guarantee, I'm not talking about you, nobody on here, but that same person, if you get a nice young chippy that's everything where it used to be, them Ritz, I guarantee you're gonna want that. You're gonna blue pill it up. Guarantee it. Blue pill it up.
Not necessarily, Darrell. I don't know if I agree with that. Nope.
I'm glad you're a man. I'm telling you, bring it up. Them Ritz. You know what I mean? Not saying someone would do it, but I'm saying that new is good. Something
by
new.
Whose standard? By whose standard?
Everybody. Everybody.
I don't agree with that.
You get a new car. It's like this is new. It's great.
Darrell.
After a while, it's just a car. You don't celebrate it when you first get the car. You walk, look, that's my car. That's my.
Yeah, you do. If you have
a year later, you get in the car. You don't be like, "Ooh, that's my car. It's my car."
That's a frame of mind for somebody. That's a frame of mind.
Hey, look. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to keep yourself. I'm just telling you that. I'm telling you that.
So what is that timeline when the cracker gets crumbly or whatever you say?
Well, I mean, I didn't say it gets crumbly. I didn't say you got crumbly crackers. God dang. That's a whole different show. The crumbly crackers.
I'm trying to learn here. What's the timeline?
Well, I think it depends, right? Because they said, that honeymoon that could be up into the 6 months to a year. You could definitely have that feeling. But again, it does become regular. It comes some drums.
Okay, that's life.
And then right, so it becomes regular crackers. I'm just saying.
But you can put a spread on your cracker. You could do all kinds of things to your cracker.
No, right. You can spark it up again, but it's still you're putting on a saltine now.
But that's why you hooked up and married that cracker for longevity.
No, you didn't. No. You hooked up and married that for stability. It's stability. It's for maybe finances. It's for have a family. This is why they say married couples sometimes have sex maybe once a week, if that. Because it's not.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you're not, that's good. If you say so. I'm just saying that usually it slows down for most people. There's some other people that keep it going, but again, and you're talking about how you feel. I don't know. I'm talking about
other women too in that category. There are other.
I'm talking about the men. So women may think one thing. You may think like, oh, it's still great. And he's like, yeah, it's a regular old cracker. I don't know what the men are thinking, right? So
I would like to know what Jay-Z thinks about his cracker in that respect.
He don't care about that cracker. He don't care about that cracker. Again, I think that's more of it's a business. They run their family together, but they do their thing. I think so.
Well, that part was proven.
Yeah.
He did his thing. I don't know if she does her thing.
Well, yeah.
Right. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know about that.
Interesting enough. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming off the cracker thing now. I'm coming off it. I'm done with the cracker.
No more cracker talk, y'all.
I'm just saying. And this is a woman. You guys are talking about, we don't know what the man is thinking. Just because you think it's great, and just think you think it's still like it was in 85, he might like this. Oh yeah, it's so great. Told her again last night. Had to lie again, bro. It's getting hard. You know, we don't know. We don't know what he's saying. Okay.
All right, I'll take that. I'll take it. Crumbly cracker it is. I'll take it.
Right. So
that's why I drink this. Keep the cracker going.
I didn't say anything about crumbly cracker. So they said about let's think. I don't know. I was trying to find a stat. I think they were talking about who makes less than 35% a year. But I don't have the stat. But that's a problem too, because a lot of people don't make a lot of money, but they still want that. I guess they coined it the high value man, which is difficult. Because like I said, now a lot of these things, if you hear, yeah, I need a man that's going to, provide and pay for everything, and he's going to pay the bills, and I'm going to sit home and take care of the kids. Well, that's going to take you out of the game, because if you start doing the math on what it takes to have a 4-family household, right? You're like, I only make $50,000 a year. I can't support all of this in a decent home by myself. I can't be a man as they're billing me to be, because I can only take care of myself. Like some people are not going into a relationship as a team. Like, well, look, I'm gonna bring my half, you bring your half, we'll put it together and make more. They get in
even though that was mostly the premise, or mostly the reason for marriage,
right?
Back in the day when it was supposed
to,
like if you were
when women have money.
If you were royals, then it would be for power and to keep the money in the family. But other regular people, you'd marry your daughter off so that she has somebody to take care of her and have a good life.
Right.
At your level.
But they weren't equal, like in the house. I mean, she took care of the home, and he went out and did what he had to do.
She took care of the home, and he worked.
Well, and this is the thing. So these modern women want a traditional man, but don't want to be traditional themselves. That's also a turnoff. You can't expect me to be traditional, and I'm not getting a traditional woman. What am I getting out of the deal, out of being traditional?
But doesn't that have to be agreed upon?
But if this is kind of the culture of today, if this is what's being said, if this is what women are boasting about, if you go to most places, this is what you hear. Women want to be taken care of. I want to be able to stay home and take care of the kids, right? I don't want to, I'll probably stay home and take care of the kids until they're in maybe first, second grade. But if you have 4 kids, how many first, second grades are going to be? That's what, 10 years, 11 years you're home by yourself, 13 years, because until the last kid get out. I'm confused, right? So these type of, what is being said of what is wanted becomes a problem. So now you're like, I don't got time for this. I can't sit down and support somebody. And again, it starts usually on dating. If you see like, you got to pay for everything going out. It starts in the beginning. You already see in the beginning when, like I said, when you ask go out where you want to go, and they pick the most expensive restaurant out there. Oh, this is what you want to do? So it's really expensive to date. It's expensive to date.
Drake
that is one of the stats I saw.
Drake has said that.
It's expensive to date.
It's
right.
Very
so why do I want to continue to? I can only date one person every 6 months. As expensive these dates are.
No.
So if it doesn't work out, then you got to wait, or you don't want to keep. You've been $1,000 a week on dating.
No, that's a true fact.
And that's just and dating meaning I just met you. We're going out. I don't know if I even like you. So I had to pay $300 to find out I don't like you. Who wants to do that?
But maybe you can pick the restaurant and find something more reasonable.
And maybe they'll think you're broke.
Why?
This is the problem. But this is what's in your head.
But why? Okay, she might think you're broke, but then that gives you a little window into her mentality too.
Okay, so if you start eating some food and it's nasty, is it gonna get better later on? This food is nasty. Oh, this food is disgusting. I'm gonna keep eating it because it's gonna get better later on. You gotta get that bad taste in your mouth. You're not gonna eat no more of the food. You ain't gonna finish it. So you sitting at this restaurant that is below your standards. You already turned off.
Oh, she can find something to order at a reasonable restaurant.
No. She can eat, but the problem is where you took her.
Why?
I can't believe you took me to Chili's.
No. You don't have to go to Chili's, but there's some in-between places that are reasonable, is what I'm saying.
Why I got to go to an in-between place to take you out? First of all, that's the question. Why do I have to do
I'm just saying for choices on menu, just choices.
No, what I'm saying is that the level of restaurant is too low for her. So you took me to Chili's.
So
taking her to Chili's, she turned off.
That's my thing is, if she's turned off by you saying let's go to Chili's, then there is no reason to even take her out.
Right. So guess what? Even if we don't go out, the next girl is doing the same thing. Maybe. This is the problem.
Maybe
the
not.
Women.
Maybe not.
So let me read the stats again. This is what they're doing. Okay. I don't know. See, again, this is the problem with dating. Why no one's dating, because you're tired of going out and being judged for everything else other than your personality, who you are. Because for them to get to your personality, you got to make a certain amount of money, be a certain height.
Well, see, those people have to be weed out from the beginning, like Doc is saying. You have to take it like a resume, a pile of resumes, and you have to say, you know what, too superficial out, to this out. And you need to get a quality core group that's worth your time, money, and effort.
Let me see. So 65% of men say there's no good relationships out there. 65%.
Darrell, you know what I'm speaking from.
I don't. You're speaking from delusions, like rainbows. You're like, yeah, if you had a genie and you could wish, what would you wish? Yes, that would be great if we could do that. But the state of dating right now is not there.
You know what? What I'm gonna say that it's the connections are being made because it's like that on both sides. Because
no.
Listen. If the girl is looking for the 6 foot, I don't know, 7 figure, and wanna go to the top restaurants, the guy is looking for the big boobs, big butt, waist that's 2 inches, and he got to weed out 100 girls out of the 105 he saw, because these are the things he wants. So if that's what he's looking for, he's not going to connect with the woman that's willing to go to Chili's because she done spent $100,000 to get her body right, and she needs somebody with money.
I kind of like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, because it would be your woman. This is delusional. First of all,
that's not delusional.
See, it is.
Because a lot of the women are doing this because this is what the men are saying they want.
Right. So this is the problem with what you're saying, but I feel. One, women are the ones who say yes or no to dating, right? They have access. So all we can do is ask, right? So we're asking the woman who doesn't have bodies like that.
No, you're not.
Women,
no, you're not. No, you're not.
No, I agree with that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't even believe
tell you again.
that.
I'm gonna tell you. The only women that are getting talked to are women with the bodies.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
And the young tracker bodies.
That's what you want to believe.
I believe that because I know, and I know you're gonna say it's anecdotal, but I know too many young women that men are not swiping on them, and these are nice girls.
Doc, no.
What?
See what you know? Again, I told you. What you know is women who are not accepting the people who do swipe on them because they're looking for something different.
No. I'm talking about nobody is swiping on them. I talked to a young lady just yesterday. Mm-hmm. Nobody is swiping. There are some women who are high caliber.
No.
I think it's on both sides. I think the men are chasing women away too.
No, Doc and Ruth. There's not a woman out here. I just told you, there's not a woman out here whose inbox ain't flooded with people trying to talk to them.
That's not true.
I'm gonna tell you again. There's not a woman out here. I'm gonna stand on it.
True.
Men, listen.
It's not true.
Men are going in every girl's inbox. There's not a girl here. There's not a girl here that's inbox is not flooded with dudes because dudes are they're fishing. They're putting it out there for anybody. There's not a woman on social media who don't have, unless she got even she got an eye right here, like, yeah, I like your eye right there. Like that shit is kind of different. I think that we can meet up and link up.
No,
with, that eye. There's not a woman out here.
I don't believe that. So, I don't believe that.
I know you don't.
Because
you don't
I know
it.
that with the hundreds of thousands of women on social media, the hundreds of thousands of women with these surgeries or whatever, even if it's natural, the guys are flooding their inboxes.
No.
And
they See, this is where you're wrong.
Well, listen. Mm-hmm. They might. Mm-hmm. One person might go into the girl with the eye over here because he got two eyes up here.
So let's say that's true. She don't want the guy with the two eyes up here. That's the so listen. You guys are still. This is where women don't understand men. Men are in everybody's inbox. You're in because first of all, we understand our level, right? We understand who we are for the most part. We know that John with the body got 1,900 other people in the inbox, but we're gonna put something out there just in case. But we also know we gotta have backup, so we're gonna get Ursula too. Ursula gonna get hit up too, right? And Ionia, we're calling Ionia too, okay? Because we understand. First of all, we're gonna mass. We're gonna put it out there to everybody and see who comes. This is what guys do. So this girl, whoever this girl is, who says she's not, nobody's in her inbox.
Okay.
She just set her thing up right.
So you put it all out there like that to everybody, right? And the girl that works at CVS or whatever, they're the ones that are responding. Are you going to respond back and take them out?
Absolutely, niggas. We're gonna take you down.
No. I said take out. I didn't say take down.
Oh, well, we got to take you out to take you down. We're going to take you out to take you down. It's going to happen. See, this is what I'm saying. Men, we're dogs sometimes. It happens.
Sometimes.
And the girl at CVS is going to get it. We would go out. Listen, you say yes.
Okay.
And and we ain't got nothing else to do. Absolutely.
So then the men are chasing the women away because they really don't want that other level of intimacy and getting to know you before the takedown.
We're not chasing anybody away.
I see.
First of all, we're not chasing anybody away. What we're doing is we have options and we're putting out there. And if you guys accept if you accept our invitation, we'll come. We can't force ourselves upon you. Anytime we come, it's because you opened the door.
Yes,
but you're not taking that person seriously. You're just biding your time until the other one says yes.
No. First of all, we don't take any of you serious because even that girl there still thinks she deserves. She still thinks she deserves. The girl at CVS still thinks she deserves Ruth Chris. Everybody thinks they deserve the high end things. They think you need to take them out. That's everybody because they're being led to feel this way. That's the problem. So we're like, so men like, okay, we'll play. We'll take you to this little thing, and then whatever happens. But the game is already spoiled because we already know what you want. You are really trying to get something out of us, right? You want to go to these places. You know what I mean? That's what I said. You rarely do you find a girl say, well, we just met. Let's go get coffee or let's go on a walk. You don't find that much. You don't find that because everybody's out to get what they want. So everything is so transactional these days. Here's another stat for you about women. So they said there's a 20% chance of getting married if the woman is single at 30 right now. So the woman is
say that one again, Darrell.
If the woman is at 30 years old right now, you have a 20% chance of getting married.
If she's already at 30, she has a 20%
at 35, you have a 5% chance of getting married in your lifetime.
What?
40 plus, 2.6 chance of getting married.
Oh, Lord.
Interesting. That's interesting. Those are some interesting statistics.
You understand me? It's
so
again because
they don't even put 50 plus on the stat at all.
They don't get it's like hitting the lottery. It's like catching a unicorn.
those crumbles don't count at all, Doc.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Wow.
Unless you can find a 90-year-old.
But by then, I think by then people are on their second and thirds.
Oftentimes, yes.
Yeah.
Right. So if you got married once, you may do it again. That's why I said specifically said if you're single at these ages, if you have never been married by the age of 30, 20%. If you've never been married by the age of 35, 5% chance of getting married at that point. And if you've never been married at 40 plus, 2.6 chance.
Lordy.
That means you're not getting chose for whatever reason.
But I'm hearing ageism there.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's what I'm hearing. No matter what.
At 20, at 30, I don't know how the age. If we went from 30 to up, we're saying at these ages, because again, remember, at 30, I think you start there because.
Wait a minute. Oh, sorry, y'all.
What's that?
At 30, you really start thinking about, okay, look, if this woman wants to have children, at 35 is geriatric pregnancy. So men are thinking, especially if I now, I hit my stride. I'm 45. I've own my own company, whatever. Now I'm looking for someone to have children with. 30 is really maybe the lowest you go if you want to have a couple children.
That's your cutoff.
That's the lowest you want to go.
Yeah.
At 35, I'm like, this could be bad.
That's true. So
do I want to choose a 35-year-old if I hit my stride? No. Again, that 26 to 30 range is where you're going to look if you want to have multiple children with the best odds of having a child that without complications.
Without complications.
Right. So with that being said, the longer, and now women, going to school and chasing their careers, and getting into serious relationships later in life, that's also, again, right here. So if you got in your career as a woman and now you're 35, you have a 5% chance of getting married. Because you chose career over life, and there's consequences. Not that it's bad or good, but you put your career first, that may inhibit you from finding a life partner or being married. And that's usually women that said, I don't want to get married anyway. You do. You just can't. I'm just saying.
Interesting stats there, Darrell.
Right,
Definitely
right.
Interesting.
So that I found that to be very interesting.
I do too.
And kind of like, I can't really speak for a woman, but I would think that, having a daughter or raising young girls, I think you would tell them, to make sure those formative years, really invest in both if you can.
And it's interesting that you said that, because I have a couple of friends with daughters who are of those ages and they're not married.
Right. And tell them they probably won't be. Buy a dog.
And they're really, good people, good careers, like you're saying, but they didn't give that time, I guess, to setting up that early relationship stuff.
Right. And now maybe you don't know how to be in a relationship. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But, that now leads
I think they're choosing not to. You said, sometimes they say that, but I think they're choosing not to because they're of a certain age now and they're used to their lifestyle, if you will.
Well, that's what I think it is. It's not that I don't know anybody who says, I just want to be alone. Because think about it, you get older, or something happens, who's going to be there with you or who can come in the room with you or whatever the case may be. I think you have to make excuses for just like anything else. I got to make excuses. So I'm going to tell myself, I don't want it anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I think by telling yourself that, you start presenting that way.
Yes, you live your lifestyle that way.
You start living your life that way because you're presenting that way.
I agree with you.
And what happens is you end up that way. And I just say,
but it's such a shame. These are the young ladies I know are very good people. Very good. Very good wifey finds.
So if they were so
very good.
If they're very good, why nobody want them?
It's not that they don't want them, but they're not making the time for it now. Like I told you, they're traveling, they're doing them. The young ladies.
Okay. Right. So, well, again, so they make it hard for someone to catch up to them and try to keep them. But like I said, then when they want to settle down, then it's going to be like, it may be tough.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
it may be
It is
really
tough
tough.
for them already. Yeah,
So
it's a
that
shame.
that's interesting.
It
That's
is
interesting.
very interesting.
Well, I mean, so again, it's what do people want these days? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but I want to think more about the chasing away part. Like, what else is it that we can say women are doing, knowingly or unknowingly, that are chasing these men away once they're in their circles? I'm not sure women are doing that.
I don't know. All the things that I'm seeing about why men don't want to date has a lot to do with the financial aspect.
Like Darrell keeps
And
presenting, yes.
mhm. And I've seen a couple of things about their careers, or they're
Right.
waiting a little longer, or the idea that sex is so freely given.
Right.
Well, that's another thing.
So think
That's
about it.
another thing.
Today, a woman, we have police, we have firefighters, so women don't need a man for protection. You can have a gun in your home, an alarm system, so you don't really need you for protection. They're making their own money, so they really feel like I don't need you. So like I said, you can come over, like someone alluded to earlier. I don't know who it was. Somebody, they played with a couple of young boys. You can play with them. You can play with them.
I did not hear anybody say that.
I don't know. I think somebody wrote it in or something.
It must have been somebody writing in.
But so you can definitely taste the fruit, but you don't have to keep anything. You don't have to water the flower. You don't have to do anything.
Both sides,
right?
though. It still is.
I don't know if it's on both sides as much, because again, I give access to marriage, right? But if you're not marriage material, there's nothing to give access to.
So what's marriage material? Maybe we should start there.
Well, I mean, like we just talked about. So at 30 years old, if I'm 45 and I just became, I kind of hit my stride and I'm making the money I want to make, and now I'm looking for somebody and I want to have 2 or 3 kids, 30 would be the lowest you could go really to have, because 35 is geriatric pregnancy. So 30 would be the lowest you could go to, kind of have kids that you feel like are in that, not in the danger zone. Right? So you're looking for someone younger. You're not looking for somebody at 40, at 45. I'm not looking for somebody at 38, at 45. It could happen. But I'm saying if you're really looking for a legacy, you may not want that. And then you may not want the baggage that comes with that. Sometimes that older person, that 35 to 40, if they have kids, if they've been married before, if they haven't been married before, if they don't have kids, because all these different issues that may come up that you may not want to deal with, right? Especially if you both work hard and you both are strong-minded, then now you have 2 people in the home butting heads. If she's a boss, who's coming home to a boss?
She's not allowed to be a boss?
She can be, but there's 2 bosses in the house? How'd that work?
You find a compromise, 2 bosses.
Okay. I mean, whatever you got to say.
I'll be a boss. I'll be a boss 3.5 days a week. You be a boss 3.5 days a week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it don't work that way. So, and it depends what you're looking for, right? Because again, it's weird because all these women talk about traditional, but if we're talking about traditional, then it's, if we're following the order, I guess it's man, woman, child, whatever it is. Ain't nobody following that. They don't want to follow that. Right? So it becomes, submissiveness seems to be like a bad word. I was listening to something today, and the girl said, what do you hear when you hear that word? And she said, slave.
Oh, wow.
And he said, was your mom a slave? She said, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear it.
and that's the problem too. Well, it's not, because it's definitely not. If we talk about it in the way I think it should be, again, because it has a negative connotation to it. Like, people just think it's something terrible to submit to something. But it's not if you, well, that's because some people think submission means control, like you got to control. And that's the issue. We got to really understand what that means. But I mean, some people want order. You know what I mean? Some people want different order in their home. So if women, I don't understand how women, see, this is the problem too. Women holler about being traditional, but when you bring up something that's traditional, they don't want to do it.
Like
submission is traditional.
But submission on what level? Like there's
on a woman's level.
How did that become?
That's pretty broad. On what level?
Wait, time out. So this wasn't something when we had traditional, women weren't submissive back in the day. That was part of the tradition of that was the home was run differently. Respect?
I'm just asking, like, how were they submissive? Were they doing all the chores? Were they,
they
at the drop of a hat?
They did everything they did whatever at the home. If whether they worked or not, they still came home, took it home, made the food, set the table, whatever they did at the home. And
most of the time they didn't work.
Some of them did. I don't know. I don't know. I watched
a lot of them didn't.
She worked. She was a maid too. What is that? I watched Fences. She was a maid too. Like people worked. So, and if she didn't work, then yes, you're going to submit. You're going to follow these rules because I pay the rules.
Oh wait. Follow rules is part of submission.
I don't know. Yes, I mean whatever you have to do. Yes. We're going to say yes.
Wow, that's why I said it was a strong word. If we following rules, that's a little bit. That's pretty deep. I can't hear you, Doc.
I said that's a bit much.
That's a bit much. Yes, we're following rules.
Back to yes. Yes, again, I think if there's a leader, the head of the house, whatever, you got to pick someone to lead you or whatever you want to do. I mean, depends how when's your house run, I guess.
Submission.
You know what I mean? I'm confused. And what's traditional? Because it's just one-sided. Women want it one-sided. I mean, submission was something that was part of the tradition. Am I wrong? Did I get it wrong? I'm just asking.
The early tradition, maybe.
So what tradition we talking about there?
We may be talking more now about the modern tradition. No, I'm
no. So why are men still held to
so in the traditional way, I think that we're talking about.
Yes.
Women did all the things at home, but men brought in all the money.
Okay.
Right.
So okay. I think that a lot of times women are saying, if I'm working too, and I gotta pay half the bills, why should I submit to you? Or
no. That's fine. If you said that, that's fine. But don't tell me to be traditional then.
Wait.
See, they're not saying what you're saying, Doc.
No. You're already not traditional. If we're half and half on the bills in the house, you're already not traditional.
Doc. Women don't want to be half and half. We talked about that already. Women don't want half and half. Most people are not going into it as a partnership. They're going into it saying, I want to stay home and take care of the kids. I want to pay 20% of the bills and you pay the rest of the bill because you're the man, you're the protective provider. So going into it saying a man is supposed to be traditional.
Okay, so when is that not? So what about that makes the woman not traditional? If she's saying, I want to stay home, I want to take care of the kids, take care of the house, I want you to pay all the bills, where is she not being traditional?
When you say submission, what happens? See how your faces look? The word just made both of you jumped a little bit. They don't want to submit.
But you are being submissive. You don't have to call it that. But you are.
We don't need the attitude. We don't need the attitude. Wait. No, attitude comes with submission.
It does?
Right. Wait. So you're telling me if you submit to a king, you can cuss the king out?
Not cuss him out, but you can have a discussion.
You can be like this to the king, like, I ain't paying no taxes.
No, you can have a difference of opinion and be submissive. You can have a difference of opinion.
See, again, I don't understand. It's thing on. What I said was, I didn't say you couldn't have a different opinion. I said the attitude and the telling me what I'm going to do and what you're not going to do and how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it.
So attitude.
What women who say they want traditional are doing that?
All of them say they want traditional, but they only wanted the man's part. They want to do whatever they want to do. This is the problem.
An attitude is part of not having an attitude. I'm sorry, it's part of
not having an attitude.
I have to remember
this is the big problem, because if you are preaching to a man to be traditional, right? But you're not being you want to be modern traditional, but you want him to be traditional, because he can't say, listen, I want to be modern traditional. I want to go half on everything.
Yes, he can say that. He can say that.
And he's going to be alone.
No, he's not. There are people that are okay with that compromise within their role.
There's also people that can hold the breath for 5 minutes. Everybody can't do it. So why are we talking about them people? Okay? We're talking about the majority. If what you're saying was true, Ruth,
I think the majority of homes right now are two income homes.
Yes, they have to be.
The fathers help take care of the house and the women help pay the bills.
I think it looks different now. Yep.
Divorce rate is at 52%. Women are leading the charge in divorces. Okay? So I don't know what homes you're talking about, because women are destroying all the homes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, not only are we chasing the men away, we're destroying the homes.
Absolutely. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand.
But what are the men doing?
Trying to find a new woman that will submit.
It's our problem, because he already got one in the side pocket. Hence our problem.
Okay. So listen, now this is the problem. You get a divorce and then what? Die alone.
Get a divorce and die alone?
And die alone. Because you most likely won't get remarried. You got a lot of baggage. Who wants that?
Oh, and they don't want the attitude. Don't forget.
And I see.
Right.
Who wants attitude? I don't think a woman wants a man coming home with attitude either, right?
But you didn't say that the man shouldn't have it either. Now that's what I want to know. You didn't say
pay
that.
Attention. Pay attention. I prefaced this conversation in the beginning by saying we're just talking about the women today. We will talk about the men. But the women natural defense is to blame the man for everything. You got to go back to him. See how it works, guys?
The mic wasn't on that early. Okay.
Again, I don't get it. All I'm saying is that if you look at some of these numbers that are here right now, we see that 50% of women are single. Right? 52% of women are single and unmarried in 2021. That was a stat. 52% of women.
It was a pandemic.
2021.
It was a pandemic.
True.
The pandemic don't stop. Okay. This is the problem.
But you know what, Darrell, with all fairness, within that stats, they do have to categorize why. Some are by choice. Some, we've got to be categorizing here, because you're being very general.
52% of women are single and unmarried.
Why?
I don't care how you categorize it.
What age group?
Well, we know.
Or does it matter?
It didn't have. I think it did.
I think that matters. I think age matters. I think choice matters.
Time out. Age doesn't matter, because guess what? If 52% of women are single, that means of all ages. I don't care, young or old. And if you're old, that means you've been single, right? This is what you've been doing. So if you got there to be old, that's because you've been doing it for a long time. That's even worse. I get a 30-year-old, they figure themselves out. You're 45 years old and you haven't figured yourself out yet? Problem.
Darrell, you're not working with me here. You're just not working with me.
So this is the problem, because men want women to be fit, friendly, and cooperative.
They want, wait, say that again? They want them to be
fit, friendly, cooperative.
Fit, friendly, cooperative, and no attitude.
Bring your feminine energy.
Bring the femininity.
I don't need masculine energy. I don't need to fight you. I don't need to clash with you. We don't need to clash. I think we should have, both. And I think, like I said, we both possess these things, but I don't need you. I think, women jumping to do everything all the time, because sometimes they are, we'll say, like almost over mothering you. They're just trying to do everything for you. You say something like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna take this class on astrology." The next day, hey, I found some classes for you. Let me do it. I got it.
But maybe she thought she was being helpful.
How are you being helpful doing what I need to do for me?
Getting you started on doing what you need to do for you.
Because I can't do it. Because I
gotta
can't
get
do it. I'm not
on
man enough.
They're on the man side for a second. Or she's saying astrology, that's stupid. Why you want to do that?
Right. So either or. So I'm not man enough to do it myself. Listen, I'm not man enough to do it myself. So you think that less of me that I can't do it, that you're going to do it for me?
No, see, that depends how you're looking at it.
So how's she looking at it then? Because you did it for me.
Being helpful.
So I need help. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because I can't do it myself. Obviously, I lived my whole life without you, but now all of a sudden, you got to do it for me.
Darrell, why can't she be coming from the angle of taking some things off her man's plate? Come on, you got to look at this objectively.
No, you need to look at it objectively. You need to. I'll let you know what you need to take off my plate. As a man, if you're telling me I'm supposed to be the provider, protector, but you want to take stuff off my plate, which one is it?
It's helping the middle.
No, you don't help me. I can, if I need help, I'll let you know. But I can do this because again, anything. If you keep doing stuff for people, what's going to happen? They're going to let you do it because you're filling a void. You're taking something away. So again, concentrate on what you need to do. I'll concentrate on what I need to do. Right? And if anything, I would think that you would say, because you want that person to be motivated. So what you want to say is like, if you don't see anything, hey, what's going on with astrology? Something like that. Then they'll be, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get to it. Something like that maybe. But if you go and do it, come on now. Women need to take a step back sometimes because you just want to do too much. Especially black guys, you doing too much.
We doing the most, right?
Doing the most. Take a step back. Right? Let them. So this is the problem with some men too. You don't know how to lead because everybody was doing something for you. Your mom did it. Now she's doing it. You don't know how to lead.
True.
You're a grown adolescent.
A lot of men don't
because women have did so much, it stifled you.
Yeah.
But then the problem comes in when she wants you to do something, you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do nothing. Can't do shit. Huh? Wait a minute. This is a trick, right? Because I never do nothing. You know what I mean? So it becomes a problem because I'm conditioned for you doing it. I let you take the lead. I'm conditioned because you do it. And then I don't want to hear your mouth about me saying something, so I let you do it. Now you're mad that I'm not doing it. Girl, I'll be doing everything in the house. I got to make all the trips. I got to do it. Because you set it up that way.
Wow.
Take a step back and let him do his thing.
Okay.
Hey, women, do what you want to do. I'm just telling you. Let him do it. Stop doing everything for it. You're not his mom, right? Again.
Oh, yeah, they're just in line with that. Mm-hmm.
A gentle reminder maybe or bringing it up. That's what you do. But you don't go like, hey, I found the classes for you. I got the class.
I had a similar discussion with someone and they told me if I don't do it, it'll never get done. And I no, listen, I said the same thing you said, Darrell.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be okay with it not getting done.
Okay.
Right. That's what. Listen. See, there are some keepers out there, guys. Listen, pay attention.
If it is his assignment, you let him do it.
You have to.
Wow.
And even if it's her assignment, let her do it. Let people get comfortable doing what they need to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
You agree now? Because before he's like, I'm helping out.
No, I still do like to help out when it's warranted. I'm a team player in my relationship.
Okay.
I mean, you're it's subjective. You're saying you're a team player. Again,
I'm bringing him on here 1 week. Anyway,
he can't tell the truth. He can't tell the truth. He want to be happy.
Tell the truth.
He can't. He want to be happy. You can't put that man. Listen, you can't put that man on the spot to say nothing wrong. He already knows what's going to happen as soon as he say something wrong. We know better.
He's like,
person. Yeah, she's a team player. Yeah, she helps out. I love it so much.
I can't win with him. I can't.
I love it so much. Because you're
but then you're saying I'm
not saying
controlling
him.
his responses, and I'm not.
Dude, women do control our responses.
Women,
Again,
not all women do that.
You do. When you ask me, how do I look in this dress? I can't say fat.
You should.
You'll be upset.
You
should.
You should.
I would want you to because I don't want to go out looking fat.
You're supposed to have my back. Thank you.
I want my back rubbed later. I'm not gonna say you look fat so
I'll
you be mad.
rub your
Stop
back.
it.
So you gonna let me
goodness.
go out so that everybody else in the place where we at saying, "There she fat in that dress."
Wait, time out. You knew you were fat in that dress when you put it on. So if you want to see, if you want to go with the delusion, I'm gonna go with you. You knew when you asked me. You
asked your mate to give you confirmation.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you already know what it is when you put the dress on. Stop it. You don't ask me for confirmation. You want me to feed that delusion. That's what you want. Because I say you look fat in that dress. I ain't got nothing else to wear. I bought this for the night. I ain't going then. Here we go.
See, it does not have to end like that. You need to stop. It does not always.
Hey, fellas, see this? No accountability. Delusions that are going on right in front of our face. Right in front of our face. If we could talk to people, if we could talk to people behind the scenes, they'd be like, "Oh man, I don't say nothing about all them shoes, guys. As soon as I say something, it's gonna be a problem." I learned over the years. Like if you're with again, like you guys know, being in a marriage, you guys learn what to say, what not to say, what's the hot topic. Sometimes you don't say things about stuff. Sometimes you don't. Hey, in any relationship, you don't say certain things about certain things because you know it's going to be a problem.
Okay, but if you're growing in that relationship, like I would like to think, in a long-term relationship, you want to get to a point of realism where you're saying, and I want that. Tell me if I look bad in that dress. Tell me, you don't have to say I look bad, but gently say, babe, that's not really fitting you the way you want, you want it to. Say, be honest. I want authenticity in my relationship. And it might hurt sometimes.
Nobody wants that.
That's not true.
No, you don't. People say that's like saying, I wish I knew what everybody's thinking of me. No, you don't. We say these things, but you don't want to know everything. You don't want to know the truth. Any person in a good relationship know you got to lie. You got to lie about certain things.
I don't know about that.
I don't want to.
I don't know. Hey, Neil. I think it's a Leo girl thing.
I think that's what it is. It is a Leo thing.
I think that's what it is. Yes. I think it's two girls lying on here thing.
No, this is Leo power. You can't handle that.
No, Leo power, you can't handle it. I know for a fact there's two men that learned what to say and what not to say, and what to do and what not to do.
And then
I know one thing. If I say, does this outfit look okay? And you say yes, and I go somewhere and somebody else say, girl, why you got that on? That's going to be a problem.
Wait a minute. A problem for who? You wore it. You wore it.
A problem for your mate that wasn't on it.
See, here we go again, fellas. Pay attention. They're going to blame us for their delusions. She knew however she looked when she put it on.
Maybe she didn't know.
Oh, she did because she bought it. And if she didn't, she's blind. Anything you wear, don't look good or bad. What are you talking about? You only bought it because you think it look good. What do you mean? How many of you out here buy things that they don't look good? I don't buy the dress because it's ugly.
Because at the time, maybe you didn't have time to try it on. A number of reasons.
Hey, listen.
Where is the authenticity in a long-term relationship? Where is it?
Right.
First
of all,
if you cannot have your partner tell you the truth, you probably shouldn't be together. That's the bottom line.
These are lies. These are lies. Everybody can't handle all truth.
And these are the things that I talk to people about in couples therapy. Yes. If you can't tell each other the truth, that's a problem.
Yes.
That's a problem.
On both sides, Darrell.
Okay. Listen, whatever you guys want to say, these unicorns y'all talk about, certain things you can't, there's certain things that your husbands can't, they know.
My husband can tell me anything.
Okay. Maybe you can. Maybe you're different. You're the outlier.
I'm saying
there's certain things that I'm not going to bring up. I'm not going to bring up.
I might roll my eyes after I hear it. I might have a little toot for a second, but it's going to be okay. I need to know.
There it is. I don't want to deal with your toot. So I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to see my toot? You're not going to see it.
Oh, here we go again.
I'm going to turn my head and go, oh. And then I'm going to be like, thank you, babe.
This is what and we know what that means. We know what that means. that means it's gonna be weird in the bed tonight. You're gonna be asleep all fast, or dinner ain't gonna be as hot as it normal be.
He said all fast. Soon I hear the door.
Yeah. Damn, man, you went right to sleep, huh? So we know there's certain things that. And I think women the same way.
You know what I'm gonna say. I was gonna say that. I think that women protect men's ego more than they protect ours, because even in an argument, we will temper something and not say some things that we know will emasculate you or hurt you for a long time. But men, I think that they're more likely to say whatever in a heated argument.
Would you agree with that, Darrell?
I think that we protect you guys more than you protect us.
I don't know about that. I think, again, depending on the level of relationship, I think you both would do that. I think women do it a little bit more, though. I mean, you would. You're a woman. I'm just saying. I think
there you go.
I think and again, it's all subjective. Just because you feel like what you said wasn't bad doesn't mean it wasn't bad. Absolutely, please. Okay. Again, this is the thing. Just because what you said you don't feel was bad,
right?
Because you don't know how I took it. It may have really affected me. It may have hurt me. Well, you can't say just because you said something. Well, I'm protecting you because I didn't really say it. You said it. You alluded to it. I knew what you meant.
I wouldn't say it. You wouldn't allude. We don't allude to it, and we don't say it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think that a lot of times women are more protective. If they love this man, they are more protective of his
feelings.
You know what? I agree because I do hear a lot that men are nagging and arguing for no apparent reason. I do hear that a lot.
Who you hear that from?
From no man. So we hear about women. So I can't necessarily agree because most men don't want to argue. We would do anything not to argue. Okay.
Yeah. Most men don't want a confrontation.
Right. No. So women are the ones who coming up with the nonsense usually, the arguments about to nothing. So that's why I said I can't necessarily agree because it seems like women would be the ones who are, pursuing the arguments usually.
The disagreements, Darrell, they're not arguments. When we bring up things that we beg to differ on, they don't have to be claimed as arguments.
It's a disagreement until I don't agree with what you said. Then it becomes an argument. So you be like, I don't think that, the trash should be in the kitchen. I'm like, well, all right, I'll get to it. What you mean? See, there it is. Because I didn't agree to what you said, it becomes a problem.
You do not paint us in a good light.
I'm just going by the stats and numbers. I'm reading these things that
I can't agree with that.
I know you can't. You're a woman. It's tough sometimes to understand it. But I'm seeing these things that the stats are saying, that are kind of proving that these things are happening. I think it goes back to the people don't know how to be in relationships. They don't know how to talk to each other. They don't know how to conflict resolution. All these things people don't know.
Mm-hmm.
With the fake little 3-second dating we're doing, how are people even, we'll say like exercising in the dating pool when everybody's going into it scared. I think everybody's afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You're really afraid because as a man, you're going like, I'm gonna spend all this money and she's gonna play me or she doesn't want me. And the woman's thinking, well, I'm gonna get what I can out of him because he probably gonna play. Everybody's afraid, so nobody's really putting their real self forward. So there is no dating, right? So if you do meet a man who really wants to date, the woman might be off, or if the woman really wants to date, the man may be off. People are just not on the same time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We're not on the same time, and it's getting tougher and tougher. And again, like I said, with women being more educated and making more money, that's another caveat now you got to deal with. Like I said, she's making more than you. How do we never? Some men can't handle that. Some women can't handle that. All these new things that weren't back in tradition, but people keep talking about tradition. I wish people would stop talking about traditional and start talking about what are we doing now.
Okay.
What we can do now to navigate this dating scene. What can we do? Right? I don't think it's feasible if we're both making $100,000 for me to pay for everything. That doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Because what are you doing with your money? I would resent things after a while if you're just holding on to your money. Makes no sense to me.
Right? I agree. Yep.
So we have to find something that makes sense. We have to. And if you have no job, then submission is what you need to be really thinking about.
Both ways?
Both
men and women?
Both ways.
Men and women?
See, again, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know.
No, you got to answer
this new day and time where
I'm sure, Darrell, you have some friends who don't work and got women.
But that doesn't mean he has to submit to her.
Why not?
Why would see? There we go.
No,
so you're telling me wait. Can I finish? Thank you. I just want to finish what I'm saying.
I will submit and let you finish.
What you just said is your submission comes at a cost. It's exactly what you just said. Your submission comes at a cost.
But that is what men are saying about women.
No, we're not.
You should submit because I am the king and I pay all the bills and I take care of everything. I protect you. So you should submit.
No, submission should be because man, woman, child. It said nothing about money. This is the natural order of things.
Oh,
right? We're not talking about. We're not talking about.
Right.
Well, it depends on what you believe in. But I listen. I don't know any. I don't know, especially back in the day. I don't know no households that were run by. Where the woman was leading everything. Because again, if somebody comes to your house, you got the man out there defending things. I'm out there doing certain things, right? So, I think the natural order of things would look something like that. So submission, this is what I'm saying. Submission today comes with a price. Gabrielle Union said it. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. She can respect her husband because he made less than her.
Yeah.
Women have this ideology. It's about money equals my submission. And I don't really think the money equals their submission. That's just what they're saying. Because if money's not going to make you submit. It's not going to make you change.
Not at all.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not. Right. It's what you're saying.
Right.
But you're not going to submit because you're still going to be you. Right? It's not going to change. It could have money. Eventually,
but maybe in her case it did because she ended up with him. Didn't he have a baby on her? They try to say they was on a break when it happened.
No. This is before D Wade, not D Wade. D Wade.
No. That's what I'm saying. Him. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Maybe because he made more money than her, she was able to submit and deal with that out of the relationship kid.
Could be.
And so maybe for her, maybe for somebody like her that played a part.
Right, exactly. So now she's happy because he makes more. But what happens if he, had his money in crypto or something and lost all his money? Now what? Does your respect go?
Then she wouldn't respect him anymore.
Right.
Exactly.
She would.
So,
based on what she said.
So submission and respect come at a cost. This is the problem. It comes at a cost. And that's the problem. Because even if that man makes less money, then it should not take the head of the household from him. Right? It shouldn't. Who makes most money, that shouldn't dictate
the submission.
So I don't know. I don't know if a woman wants a man to submit to her. That seems weird to me. I don't know if women want that. What kind of man do you have that's submitting to you? Right? Where I don't know how many women want that. It sounds odd.
I don't want to be in a relationship where anybody submits to anybody. I don't know about any other people. Woo. I don't want that kind of relationship.
Got you.
We're on equal footing on some level.
How can you be on equal footing? Tell me how you can be equal.
Meaning that team player thing I told you, Darrell. Where we're a team.
Right.
We're a team.
Every team has a coach.
I've got your back. You've got my back.
Submission doesn't mean you don't.
We're both paying bills because we're both in this household. I'm working. You're working.
What's that gonna do with submission?
We make decisions together.
Yes.
Okay. So we make decisions together. So if I want to go left, you want to go right. Who makes the decision?
We go left today. We go right tomorrow. That's compromise.
Yes. Win-win.
That makes no sense. And again, it's delusional.
Why is that
No,
too
it
easy?
isn't.
You,
No,
you
it
can't
isn't.
say, you can't say, you know what? I'm gonna let you control the and then you tomorrow. It doesn't make sense.
Why?
So because
not?
in a crisis situation, what are you going? So now it's your turn to go downstairs because somebody is downstairs. It's your turn. You gonna go?
Wait, I thought we were turning left and right. How we get downstairs?
Yeah, now we talking about breaking out.
No, you guys
I
said.
can go because I got a loaded pistol. I can go.
Okay. So then,
I got a loaded bat, so I'm going behind
you. So listen. So there you go again. Delusion. Just because you have that means you're gonna be better at it. Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is that
not better at
I said nobody's better, but if it's my turn,
so
I'm
again,
prepared.
if you right, so you're saying you want to hey girl, somebody came in. I had to go downstairs last night. I'm pretty sure that sounds good telling your girl.
Don't tell your girl your business.
My girl will be like, girl, I know you tore them up.
Right. Strong, independent woman. That's a strong, independent woman.
Was it the stone? Right.
Listen, strong, independent woman.
No, Darrell, I hear you, but the compromise is what I'm talking about. The teamwork.
Yeah.
No one said there's no compromise, there's no teamwork. See, this is what I'm saying. Submission doesn't mean you don't talk.
So how do you want her to submit to you if what I'm saying is not working?
That's a good question. What does that mean?
So
how do you
listen, all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, there has to be someone who is making the decision, right? So you come together, you guys talk it out, but at the end of the day, someone's got to make ultimate decision. There's no business, there's nothing in the world where it's 50-50 and everybody's here. It can't be. Somebody has to have the veto power. Someone has to have the ultimate, and you should pick someone that you trust that's going to have your best interest in mind.
Yeah, I don't know about that because sometimes your idea might be better. So should you just say, no, I'm just going to keep it to myself? So again,
I don't know why women don't listen. What I said was you discuss it together.
Yes.
If her ideal is better, you're going to go with her.
Exactly. That's weird. So we're saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing.
No, we're not. We're not. Because if I don't feel your ideal is better, you got to understand that we're going to do this way, as I said, and you got to respect that. And not like, and argue with it. That's the problem. So whoever you pick it as your leader, your president, whatever you want to do, at the end of the day, you're going to have two sides. You're going to argue it out, but there's going to be an ultimate decision made, and you have to respect that decision. That's where it comes in.
So that's what submission means.
That's what it means.
That one person makes all the final decisions, no matter what.
Well, you got to get any business. There's always one person, unless you're going to vote, and it's two people, so you can't vote.
Well, a relationship isn't a business, but
if I'm saying in anything you do, it is a business. It is part business. Let's be honest about it. A relationship is part business because you sign a contract to be in a relationship. Sign a contract, which means it's a business, right?
Okay.
So,
let me give you an example, Darrell. Okay. I'm in education. My husband is not. When our kids are young, I've done all my research. I know about schools, blah, blah, blah. We discuss it, like you said, we discuss the better school for our child based on our child, right?
Right.
And he picks a school based on what he knows. And I say to him, I really think this is the better idea for schools because of what I know with education.
Right.
Should we go with his school because he's the hierarchy of the decision making, or should we go with what I'm saying as the submissive wife?
So
I'm trying to understand it.
So this is for me, how submission works. You pick the best decision going. So if you are the educator, that person should be able to all day. That's you.
But they may not do that. He may not do that because of his ego.
But listen, so this is the problem. That's your fault because you pick wrong. Again, you need to pick someone that you feel is going to have your best interest in heart and mind and soul.
But maybe he does with so many things, and it's just that one area of education that he's not as up on.
But then he doesn't know what you do. So I don't understand.
He knows what I do.
If I'm a knowledgeable person and I know you work for schools, and I'm gonna tell you don't know about schools, then
some men will. Some men will still say they have the right school.
Well, what I'm saying is but again, so his ego should have been something you knew about already. He's not going to make that decision out of the blue, right? You're going to know he made a lot of bad decisions before. then you need to get away from bad decisions. Just because he was cute and you stay with him because he was
He
cute
might
and he had a
say-
nice car, that's the problem. People are getting with people for the wrong reasons and not doing the work in the beginning. So you need to, I think if you pick a person to be with, just like a man, you need to pick a woman who you feel is going to fit whatever you need. If you want her to be submissive and whatever it means to you, you should pick someone that way. But people are not picking that, and then you're arguing the whole time about being submissive or not being submissive when you married her. It's too late. You didn't have to pick her, right? You picked for the wrong reasons. People are picking people for the wrong reasons, and that causes a lot of problems. So again, like I said, for me, I think that I think anything you do, you have to have someone who makes the tiebreaker. When you come to those real tough decisions, you have to go with someone. You have to have someone to say, who's going to break the tie? You got to work that out. And you should respect whoever it is. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, whatever you set up, it should be respected. Right. That's what submission means to me. It's not controlling. It's not telling you what to do, to wear. You don't have to, walk around with barefoot or not. That
was mainly about decisions for you.
Well, it's about just respecting me as the head of the home. And I'm respecting you as well, but you respect me as the head of the home. You know what I mean? And however we set that up. And it's not about have someone subservient to you or anything like that. That's not it at all. But I think some people think that.
I think that is what a lot of people think.
Right.
You have that old school mentality about it.
I agree. Because even though men who think it's more about control. I got to tell them what to do. You can't go out. You can't wear that. I don't think that, to me, it's controlling. Then that's not cool. That's not where I would lie with it. Like I said, for me, it's more about just respecting me
as the head of household.
As head of household, and I'm respecting you too. And it's not like we're above or below each other. That's the other thing. Submission doesn't mean you're below me or anything like that. It's just that when we come to these hard decisions, just respect. If I'm taking the knowledge I have and I said, this is what I think we should go with, at that point you should ride with me.
And not
after we hashed it out, and I'm saying you bring your stuff, bring my stuff. It shouldn't be just me arbitrarily like, we give me reason. We should be able to hear each other, but we should know we should already know that we can talk to each other. We should have been doing this already, right? We should have been doing this already.
I agree.
And again, whatever works, people will work. But I don't.
Right.
I think
I was trying to get that overall idea of the submission piece because I think Doc is right. People have an archaic view that it means you're controlling what I wear, what I do, what I say, who I hang out with.
Right. Well, again, I think,
and you're making all the decisions in the household bad. You might not know anything about anything, but you still want to be the one to make the decisions.
Well, I think, you say archaic, so that means you're talking about our grandparents. It was archaic. But again, if the man was out working, he might have knew a little bit more about finances. But I don't think he came home and told you what to do in the house. He didn't tell you how to cook the dinner. He might have told you it might have tasted funny, or it didn't taste like it, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't really like how this tastes, but he ain't come home and try to dictate to you how to cook. He wasn't standing over your shoulder. So it wasn't archaic. It's just that we had jobs to do and we did them. So I don't think it was archaic at all. It was what was needed at that time, right? If you're home all day, then when I come home, I expect it to look a certain way. You were home all day, right? So these things I don't think they're archaic. They were cool for that time. This is why when we start talking about traditional now, I don't think it fits for this time.
No, I don't think so either.
More, like I said, more women are working than men, and working better jobs, not just working jobs that are, low level jobs. Women are coming and making money and really, helping out with the household. That's real.
And being boss women, like you said.
Right. And they're bosses at work. And then they got to come home
and be submissive.
Exactly. Oprah should be coming home and be a submissive instead.
Well, that's why she's still single.
That's
exactly why. Right there. That sums it up.
No, that's because
she's not doing it. She's not doing it.
Beard. He a beard.
She's not doing it.
She's not doing it. Beard.
He's a what?
Doing it.
He called him a beard.
Yeah, he a beard. He a beard. So that's why I think that. That's why I think that's that way.
Okay.
And I think too, she probably would have a problem being with someone because she makes so much money too.
Oh yeah.
She thinks she paid the cost to be the boss. But then look how she ended up. I don't know if she's happy. Oh, that's the other stat I had. They were talking about people who were happy. Yeah, people who are happy, and it was like 7% of women were happy married.
Only 7% are happily married?
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
Absolutely.
These stats are just getting under my skin.
I don't have it. I don't know where I put it at, but it was
only 7%.
It was very low. People who are married, it was very low. People who claim to be happily married.
Maybe they married the wrong person, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's only 7%, a lot of people married the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Or didn't take enough time to invest and grew apart and that type of stuff.
All of the above.
A lot of things can happen. But again, I think what happens here is that since you guys have had these successful marriages, you get kind of jaded. And you feel like this is the norm, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's really the opposite. Like I said, if we have 52% divorce rate right now, and women are leading the charge in divorces, there's a problem. And then we have 52% of the women never getting married, which is crazy.
And the few that do, only 7% are happy.
You understand me?
That's really dismal.
Right? So
wow.
It goes to show we're in a
they reevaluate
right
how they're picking their partners.
Yes.
Well, right. And what marriage is this? We don't know that. I don't know what marriage was this.
True.
It's your fourth marriage.
True.
It means you've been doing it wrong the whole time anyway. You was repeating the same mistakes over and over again.
Right.
So I didn't know that.
And very interesting to me.
It seems like relationships are really hard to come by these days.
Yeah.
Harder
and
to
hard
stay.
to maintain.
Harder to maintain. And it's due to, I think, the lack of people just knowing what they want in a relationship, how to talk to people in a relationship. Like I said, everything is so transactional these days.
Yes.
So transactional. And it's really getting scary because, like, where is it going?
Yeah. It makes you wonder. What will those stats go in the next 5 years?
Right. Even the next 5 years, I wonder what it's going to look like. Because things are abysmal now. Like I said, men are not dating. They don't want to date. I'm tired of dating. I'm tired of spending my money on these gold digger, foodie dates.
And then what happens to the institution of family when you think about that?
Well, yeah.
That is worrisome. That is worrisome.
Well, you see more women, like, I have a baby by myself. I make enough money to pay for it. I don't really need a man.
Women are doing that.
Yes, they are
doing that.
I don't need no man. Like, they really don't need no man no more. Strong, independent women. Strong to the point where they don't need you to have a baby no more.
Wow.
This is, so
that's
there
scary.
are
The
family is going to look real different. Mommy and me. That's it. That's it. It's mommy and me. Whole bunch
mommy and me.
The Father's Day was ready dreadful before. They're gonna take it off the book.
It was one barbecue away anyway, Darrell.
Right?
It was one barbecue away from being gone.
I guess a lot of women feel like it's better if it's by choice than if you get with somebody and they leave you with a baby.
Well, again, it's not. I think it's the same thing, kind of what we're saying with the men. Why even do it? I don't need to get involved with this man who's gonna be, because everybody has such a negative view of each other. Now, I ain't got time for the game. They want to play games. I'll do it myself. And guess what? I don't have to worry about you. I don't have to worry about the game. I don't have to worry about answering to nobody. This is all, again, control. It's all me. I ain't gonna worry. The kid is all me. I do what I want. Said I want. Move what I want. Do what I want. Strong, independent women.
All right. Any last words about women chasing men away? Darrell, I know you got a lot to say.
I said it all. They just chase us away. You know what I mean? That's what they do. It's tough. It's a tough time. And I think that relationships is all messed up. It's all out of whack now.
Yeah.
And it's been going downhill since they started them loving hip hop. It really started going downhill,
Yep.
And so for the last, 10, 12 years, relationships have really been deteriorating, and there's nothing in place to counteract the nonsense.
Wow. Wow. Follow up to that. I'm almost speechless on final words, but I think it's happening. Women are definitely chasing men away, but I definitely think that men are chasing women away as well. I know we're not talking about men tonight. That's why I threw it in quickly. Thank you, guys. that was just a little disclaimer there.
About that. We have to talk about that on another show.
Yeah, we did. We'll put that on the agenda. But I also think that when doing it, it's not always something they know they're doing. It may not be as intentional as we think at times, Darrell. They're trying to chase the prize just like the men are trying to chase the prize, just like Doc said. And sometimes that gets a little fuzzy, a little cloudy.
Still talking about the men, I see.
Okay. So those are my final words on it. They are chasing them away, okay? They don't mean to, but they are.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's happening. I don't think everyone is aware that that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
By their behavior.
Right. I agree.
So. I don't think they know.
It's almost cultural now. It's the way we're responding to each other, and it's becoming part of the culture. That's why it's going down, because it's normal to do these things. Like I said, it's not intentional. I don't think people go out intentionally trying to, chase people away. But again, it's tough. It's a lot of fear in dating. There's a lot of fear and things of that dating. And I get it. It's scary. Like I don't want to be in somebody's closet tied up either. Dating is scary right now. You never know what you're getting. Like I said, we're dating online. It's tough. So your guard has to be up all the time, and it takes so long for your guard to come down. And then by the time your guard came down, I've been this fake person the whole time because I was holding back. Now you feel like I lied to you about certain. It's just tough.
Yeah. The balance of it.
Yep. Yeah, it's just tough.
This was another goodie. Yeah. It was another goodie.
It always
will. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it always leaves me feeling grateful in a way to be a crumble cracker, Darrell. Because the Ritz cracker time out here is a little scary.
Hilarious.
Don't forget that crumble cracker thing. Yep.
Oh gosh. So if you love these discussions, join us in the Relationship Flow group on Facebook. Join us on Friday night for Sip and Chat. Check us out on the replay on YouTube at Butterfly Love Consultations, Dr. Carissa, or the Wills Group. And if you have a topic, let us know in the group. If you want to be on the panel, let us know in the group. And we will catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.